Hey everybody. Hey, we back again for the team training, Legacy Builders team training. Hey, we're back and we got some great things we want to share with everybody and just talk about today. Me and Coach Willie text and we was like, yeah, that's it. Quick heads up. Next Sunday I don't know if Coach, you'll be back home by then, right? I'll
Yeah,
still be in Panama City, but I can still be able to do it from my hotel room.
yeah. Sunday
Perfect.
I'll be working Sunday, so I'll be back.
Okay, perfect. So we'll be able to still have a call next week. So you'll still be able to tune in. You kind of get to hear a little bit from us live from Panama City and kind of pretty much anybody who's there. I'm gonna ask them to come on next week and kind of share some things that they golden nuggets or tips that they got from everything. But then also let me say this: Panama City is next weekend, and I know it's a lot of people on the team that see the on here live or watching the recording that said, "Man, I wish I could be there. This happened. This came up, and you cannot be there." Well, guess what? They set it up. We actually been working tirelessly to get it all set up. Me, Reese, Antley, Jason, and another guy named Billy. But we've been working, buying, getting cords set up, getting everything set up because we're gonna have it in a Zoom aspect, and we want the people on Zoom to be able to have. We just want to see if we can have them have that as close as experience as they can as being there. But so if you can't be there, guess what? We have a Zoom link. Andrea Rosser put this together. But she put it together. I think it's like $39, but you can get the 2 full days of Friday and Saturday and get the Zoom um, live on Zoom. So you can be at home and watch it. Now, what I encourage you to do is if you do it, invite some of the people that maybe are thinking about converting over from your drops and do a little watch party. Do a little watch party at your house, at least for some of it. Come on over and watch a couple hours of this with me, so you can really see what's going on. You got anybody who's on the fence of being a brand partner? If you can't get them there physically, hey, get them to come over and say, hey, you got to come check this out. Just come by my house around this time. I want you to just see a little bit of this for yourself. Excitement and watch parties work very, very well. All you gotta do is just invite people on over. And it'll be perfect. So you could actually I know, like for instance, like I know Miss Ella and Samina are best friends, so they can literally get one, but then they can invite a few of their team that's there in Shreveport on over to one of the houses and they can watch it together. Definitely on Saturday when they're off. And then, but I did post that link in the chat. Also, I had a couple of them, and if I miss you, I do apologize. But what I had seen last week, we had two people on the team that achieved gold and ultimate. I know William and Ashley achieved gold and ultimate, and Miss Liz Alexander also reached gold and ultimate. And you guys,
Awesome.
what gold and ultimate it's to I've been in this industry 12 years. When I first started, the compensation plan was not the same as it is now. I can tell you that. And reaching and achieving gold and ultimate should be everybody's goal. If you go into your back office and you look on and you click on the three lines, it should show your name. And if it doesn't say gold and ultimate, you need to get with myself, Coach Willie, Andrew and Melissa, Miss Francisca. Get with one of us, Brent Parrish, and let's help you get you to gold and ultimate. Let's figure out the game plan to get you there because it is a powerful key. Gold alone unlocks matching bonus. And I'll never forget the story I never forget the story and the lady. Because it's a couple, it's an older couple up in Michigan. Older, they just really got in really for the products. They did the $29.95 really to get the discount on products. But they did achieve gold and ultimate by purchasing the products and they achieved ultimate and gold. Well, they ended up just sharing, here and there, and they shared with one there. The lady was a professor. She shared with one of her foreign exchange students from China. From China. She's like, hey, can I take this back to China? Well, we do business in China. So she said, yeah, you can. So she took it back to China and went to work on this thing. Do you know now she is one of our top 3 incomers and has been for the last 12 years? Or not 12, 10 years, the last 10 years. Her and then her best friend is also a top 5 income earner. And guess what? That older couple that signed up that lady because they went gold and ultimate, receive a matching bonus check. And the way matching bonus, if you don't understand matching bonus, we will definitely go into detail one day, just talking about the power of matching bonus. Because I believe I know it separates us from any other company in the industry, because matching bonus allows you to never have a breakaway. Meaning I can sign up Coach Willie, and Coach Willie can go out here. I can help Coach Willie make $1 million, and the compensation plan won't stop me from also getting paid, because that's the hidden rule in a lot of these companies out there. It's like, hey, if somebody passes you up that you enroll, well, your money stops, or your money literally drops big time. It may not say it, but if I make 6 figures and then Coach Willie go out there and make $1 million in this compensation plan, with a matching, and if I personally enroll him, well then guess what? It will pay you 15%, then 10%, then 5%. That's the first 3 levels. That's what you get when you unlock gold, and then you unlock the rest of them once you start optimizing. But just those first 3 levels, 15%. If Coach Willie made $1 million throughout the year on base commissions, that my matching check would be $150,000. I don't think you'll be mad at your friend for making $1 million. You kind of be really excited. So, but Gold and Ultimate, we're gonna definitely go into that. We'll probably do a training on that real soon, Coach. On that topic right there, because I know it separates a lot of people. Then Ultimate gives you 30% upfront income for life. So once you unlock both of these, you're there for life. You never have to do it ever again. And then, Coach, that is all the announcements I had right there. Anything you wanted to throw out there, Coach?
Oh, no, sir. Not as
Anybody
far as
that hit Gold and Ultimate or title advance?
we got some. I tell you what, Legacy Builders is growing. We got some new members joining the team. Me and Brent did a Zoom with a great guy this week, doing some Zooms with some other people. And Brent been sitting at the house and he's fired up, man. He's been calling everybody. he's fired up. He's running. So he got his time back, and it's building. Legacy Builders is building. I think I won't speak for Brent. I think Brent brought in 3 people last week.
I think it was 5, and then 2
more.
So
I know I shouldn't have spoken. Yeah, probably 5.
By the way, didn't mean to interrupt you, but Lisa Meyer at Kit Gold yesterday. So
Lisa Meyer. Okay, we need to get a flyer made for her.
Yeah.
If you send me her picture, we'll get that made for sure.
I mean, Ultimate. I'm sorry, she went
Ultimate. Well, that's the same. Both of them. The same.
It's now both the same. Yeah.
So if you hit Ultimate or Gold, either one you can achieve Gold by enrolling 4 people in the system, and all we gotta do is call in. But they will give you Ultimate as well, and then you can hit Ultimate by having 1,500 points, either you ordering, or in our case, for everybody on here, it'd be the 10 packs. Really, it's the drops, the system of growth. When you do 3 10 packs, pretty much that'll get you the Ultimate and Gold. So, yeah, Brent, if you can send me her picture. And her name,
absolutely. We have a great before and after too. Her transformation's been incredible. So y'all will be seeing that. So that's really good.
Yeah, we did a Zoom with her. Got a chance to meet her. It was exciting. She's excited. She's already posted. She grabbed a hold of the boards and she's running with it. So we're excited for her. She really took on the learning, and she was really encouraged to really build. I think Francesca brought in Patricia. I think it was Patricia. Is that her name? Patricia?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. And she's excited. She's already got her ticket to go to Panama City. She got it actually right after I signed her up. So she's going to be in Panama City as well.
Awesome. We get to take a picture with her.
Now that's a true IPA. That's how if you want to take your business to the next level, get somebody brand new to an event. Get somebody on your team to an event. A best friend that got going with you, but these events is really, really where it's at. And it just helps grow. It helps grow your mindset. It helps grow your belief. You get to see other, like for me, it always built belief in me, because I was like, wow, all these people from different walks of life are doing this. That means if they can do it, I can do it. I'm a firm believer in that. If they can do it, I can do it. If somebody else has already, started making $10,000 a month, that means I can. Somebody else already making $100,000 a month, that means I can. I just got to figure it out. You know, I just got to figure out what they're doing and implement it, and then stay consistent and persistent with it.
Yeah. So Legacy Builders is growing, and it's growing. And with right now, you really could say, January, middle, February is a slow time. And so when it's supposed to speed up around, late February, March, April, especially as people start to get, I got to look like my body's got to look great for the summer. The bathing suits are around the corner. The beach is around the corner. And so usually late in February, March, April, you see a real boost in this area, especially in March and April. So it's great to see Legacy Builders growing. Great to see the work that you guys are doing. And I think Anna added somebody too. So it is great to see just the focus you guys got and the way you guys are staying consistent. So I'm excited and fired up about that. It's going to be a great year for Legacy Builders.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, you guys. And so now we're just going to talk, and I'm actually going. I seen something that really I said, you know what? I was going to post it I was just going to post it in the team group, but I was like, I got to read this because it hit me, because I even wrote the questions down, so I got them right here on my iPad because I had to evaluate. So these are some of the things I'm gonna also post it in the team group. But if you got your pen and paper ready, I want you to write these type of things down, because I want you to ask yourself these questions. But because before you can effectively lead a team, you have to lead yourself. So if you ever want to build something here, everybody always, well, I want to get to this goal. Well, one, you're gonna have to become a leader, and it's amazing watching so many of y'all start to step up and become that leader. It just, as I already took care of that. I talk to Melissa and Andrew all the time. Melissa said, "Oh yeah, I already did that." I'm like, wow. Just watching the growth as people start to become those leaders, it is absolutely amazing. But you want to keep working on yourself. You want to keep working on yourself. So I want you to ask yourself some of these questions, and I want you to just kind of ponder on them and just kind of ask yourself these. The first question is, how aware are you of yourself? I say it again. How aware are you of yourself? That's question number one. Question number two, I want you to ask yourself, and these are all just things I want you to just think about tonight and just going forward. How do you manage yourself? The next question is, how do you manage your home? The next question, how do you manage your body? How do you manage your relationships? How do you manage your personal affairs? And then here's another question. How we deal with our own self-sabotaging behaviors. How do you deal with those? Like, ask yourself that. How do I deal with some of those things that's sabotaging you? And it may be that ice cream. It may be for me personally, one of my things was watching so much sports. And I can honestly say, over the last 3 weeks, besides the Super Bowl, and I watched like one basketball game a day, I ain't cut the TV on. I ain't took the time. I wasn't taking the time. I had to eliminate something from. I had to take something that I loved, because I know where I'm trying to go right now. I know I have to sacrifice some things right now. I know I have to go at it. I had to give it 110% if I truly want to get to that goal. And my goal is, it's pretty big. And I know doing what I was doing wasn't going to get me there. But have you recognized those behaviors? We're talking about the self-sabotaging behaviors. Have you recognized those behaviors? And have you made the decision to work on them? So the question, how we deal with our own self-sabotaging behaviors. And then the question to go along with that one is, have you recognized those behaviors and have you made the decision to work on them? Because in order to grow as a person, you must also evolve as a person. So a lot of people say, well, I want to get to this, I want to get to that 6-figure income mark. Well, okay, well, it's gonna, trust me, if you want to get to the $250,000 a year, it's gonna take a different person than it took just to maintain what you already have right now. And if you want to get to the 500,000, you want to get to the $1 million mark, it's gonna take a different type of person to get there. How are you growing individually? How are you growing as an individual? How are you growing? Like, what are some of the things are you doing? Are you doing some personal development every single day? Are you reading some books? Are you reading your Bible? What are you doing every single day to be better? And then a couple more questions. How are you growing spiritually? How am I growing emotionally? So how are you doing there? How am I growing mentally? And so, because these are the questions I just wanted to throw out there. I want you to just think about these and ask yourself these, because these are powerful questions. When I seen it, I said, wow, you know what? Because I semi did an evaluation like this at the beginning of the year. I was like, I got to do something different in all these different areas. It was spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, and and also in my relationships. I wanted to get better in each one. So I had to ask myself questions that were similar to this. But when I seen this, I said, you know what? I want to share that tonight, because leading yourself is so powerful. It also encompasses an understanding your value. See, your value grows when you grow. When you start to understand these type of things, the things that's holding you back, pretty much, I always say they holding you back, really. But once you start to do that, your value starts to really, really, really grow. And because everybody I want you to know that when you look in the mirror, you are very, very special. God gave you specific talents that nobody else can do. Nobody else has. Everybody has specific talents that nobody else has. And the way the legacy builders will grow and get to that next level is when we start to all tap into our special talents and start putting them to use. And really start putting them to use. And we lean on each other, and we help each other, and we guide each other. We really lock arms, and it's not really saying, hey, that's just my upline. No, we do this together. We're in business. We're in this partnership together, the true partnership. And see, that's what I love about the company name, Me and Partner Co, because it's really a partnership. And when you have partnership in any kind of organization or team, oh, the sky's the limit. I mean, Coach, I know you was a coach, and it wasn't just one player who won games for you. It took the coaching staff. It took the players. It took the person who fixed the water. It took the person who picked up the equipment. It took everybody. It took a team effort to get everybody prepared for the win, and then eventually for the championship. So it takes every single person in order for us to achieve greatness. And so I just want everybody to really think about it. Are you really giving your all? Or like, what's holding you back? See, I can't figure that out for you. You got to figure that out. You got to be able to look in the mirror. You got to be able to get on your hands and knees and pray and ask. Ask to the Father above. Ask him, what's holding me back? Can you guide me? Can you help me unlock those talents that I need so I can take my business to the next level? Because we all have those talents, skills, and everything of that nature. But also, and then once you do that, once you kind of figure out what's going on and what's holding you back, is then you gotta draw a line. You gotta say, hey, it's time for you to make a decision. It's kind of like for everybody that's on the slenderized journey, on the skinny drop journey, body balance, whichever one you want to call it. You have to make a decision that you were gonna start those drops. Doing that system ain't easy. You gotta stop. You gotta give up a lot of the stuff that you thought you wanted. You gotta give up that kind of stuff. You gotta drink water. Everything. A lot of us were accustomed to remedies and home remedies and things we were already eating for years. Some things our parents cooked for us when we when we was kids. So now you got to stop doing this and stop doing that. But it's the same thing in your business. Now you got to figure out what you got to change so you can get to that next level? What little steps you got to change so you can grow? Because once you start to grow and once you focus and then you start implementing, then you start to grow. And then once you start doing all those together, it gets real. The sky's the limit here. The company literally doesn't mind paying you whatever you earn. They don't. They don't care if you want to make $50 a week. You could do that. They don't care if you want to make $5,000 a week in the comp plan. You could do that too. They don't care if you want to make $5 million in a week. They will pay that as well. And the thing is, nobody in our company is making $5 million a week. So what is that? Growth. Because it's possible. Who will do it? I don't know. But you got to figure out what it is that you need. I see you raise your hand there, Coach. Hey, I'm right there with you. Hey, I'm right there. I'm going, sky's the limit. If the compensation plan tells me there's no cap, I'm going for it. You know, my family deserves it. My family deserves $250,000, $300,000 a month. I never forget Ty was telling me about, him and Ashley and their previous company, was making, $300,000-$400,000 a month. And I'm like, what? In this industry? That's possible? Oh man, I need, and it's not about the money. It's about the things that you can do. I know Miss Francisca always talks about going back home and being able to do more for her people. Well, ask yourself, would that extra $300,000, $400,000 a month, would that be able to help you go back home and do the things that you truly want to do for your country? I think so. I think there's a lot you could do there. Coach Willie, I know that you're big in the church and doing a lot for the community. I'm pretty sure extra $100,000, $200,000 a month for sure will help you out too. It'll help you do some amazing things. I mean, I know Andrew and Melissa always talk about leaving a legacy for their grandkids and great grandkids that's soon to come. Well, I know for sure that an extra $100,000, $200,000 coming in a month, even when they gone off to home to the good Lord, would definitely bless their families for generations to come. See, that's where you start to know, your why and what you're doing this for. And then, and that's what this opportunity allows you to get. Now, hey, you may be on here, you may be watching the recording, and your goal may just be an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. And hey, we're not knocking that at all. That was my personal goal when I first got started. Everybody has a goal that they have. My goal was $500 to $1,000 a month when I first got started. I did not want to have to work 2 part-time jobs anymore. I only wanted to work one, and I wanted to have something else that I know I had control over how much I can make. That's what I wanted to do. That was my first goal. Now, when I started seeing this grow and the potential, when I started making enough money where it paid enough, it paid for my truck note and it paid for my rent as a college student. And I was like, and all my bills, I was like, oh, well, okay, this thing is a little serious. And I kept going and kept growing. And then also my focus grew to, well, can I help take care of my grandparents with this money? Can I generate enough income to help take care of them? So as you grow, of course, your goals will grow as well. But Coach, I know you got some things you wanted to share as well. Coach, I'm gonna pass it on over to you, man. I'm gonna get my pencil and paper so I can take some notes of what you got, Coach.
Awesome. That's some awesome stuff and some great things to kind of think about, because as you said that, Anthony, I had to sit back for a second. How aware am I of myself? Those are some deep things to think about sometimes that we don't think about, and you got to be honest. So I mean, that is some great stuff. And but what Anthony talking about is the stuff that makes leaders leaders, that makes winners winners. That's the kind of conversation a Kobe Bryant, a Michael Jordan is going to have with themselves, because they have a burning desire inside to be something greater than what they are. They have a burning desire in this inside to add more value. And that's what it takes. And how do you get there? How do you get there? And most of you know, I've been coaching for almost 2 decades. Put a 2 in the box if that question Anthony posed made you ponder. If it made you think, how aware am I myself? I want to throw that in there for you. But to put a 2 in the box if that made you have to think and ask yourself that. But I've been in the coaching industry almost 2 decades. But as an athlete, I've been in the pinnacle of the situations that most athletes get to. And it wasn't until I became a professional that I had to really ponder and think about the mindset that you got to have to go out and perform every single day. And that's the mindset you need to be able to go into whatever field it is that you want to get to. And so the focus it takes is just unparalleled. There is no scale I can put onto you about the focus that it takes that a professional athlete needs. Let's take the Super Bowl, for example. A moment lapse in focus changed the game. And I'm gonna give you 2 plays that if you watch the game, you'll know, and you'll be like, wow. Number 1, 3rd and long in the overtime, and one guy left Patrick Mahomes, took another guy that he wasn't supposed to. Patrick Mahomes ran for a first down, right? That got him down into the field to score. The second one, the big lack of focus, is the coach not understanding the overtime rules in the game. That even if he scored a touchdown, it's not like the regular season game, that they would have an opportunity to score a touchdown. So a field goal or the first touchdown does not win the game. And the coach from San Francisco did not understand those rules in the game. A lack of focus. A lack of understanding. The Bible says, in all things you do get understanding. And that is just a glimpse into what it takes to focus on that level. That's in real time. So nobody's measuring me if I don't make a phone call today. Nobody's measuring me if I ain't posting at 93. Nobody's measuring me, or nobody sees me on TV if I'm not doing follow-up calls, if I'm not talking to people about the product, put myself in situations. But my paycheck on Friday is going to tell me that. My paycheck on Friday is going to tell me how focused I am. My team building, that's going to tell me how focused I am. I want to give you 3-4 things to write down here. So this is how elite level athletes zoom in on their focus. This is how they begin to take themselves to the next level. And I've had the pleasure of sharing this with athletes. I shared this with Travis when he was in college. And they didn't even understand what they was learning at that time. These boys was 19, 20. They look at that coach stand up there. I might as well could have said, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. At least they would have laughed. But otherwise, they fell asleep most of the time. But one of my young men that, learned this, he ended up going to be a second lieutenant in the military. And he said when he became an officer, the first thing they taught him, what I'm about to show you guys, the 4 levels of learning. 4 levels of learning. And I'm going to share this real quick. And this is what you learn when you begin to learn as a professional athlete, because you have to be able to process things, process information to become the best version of yourself possible. That you may now become more aware of yourself, what Anthony was talking about. That you then learn how to manage yourself, manage the information you receive, and managing everything that's around you, that you processes it and put it in a place that it needs to be for you to be successful. Number 1, it's called unconscious incompetence. Unconscious incompetence. Now, unconscious incompetence. See, I didn't get tongue-tied on it. Unconscious incompetence means that I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. So am I plugging into my leaders? Am I jumping on Zoom calls? Am I jumping on the IPAs? Because I don't know what I don't know. Why is it that I think I understand certain things? There may be some information that I don't have that's bridging the gap. That I'm not communicating when I'm talking to someone, I'm not communicating or I'm throwing up on them because I don't know what I don't know. In the professional world, it's tagging into those former athletes, those coaches that can help you raise your game to another level because you don't know what you don't know. Kobe Bryant did this when he became good friends with Michael Jordan. That's why he leaned on Michael Jordan. And if you notice, his game looks a lot like Michael Jordan because he understood, I don't know what I don't know. So I need a mentor. I need somebody that's going to come along. And when I don't know that I don't know, when I ask that question to myself and I understand that, that's the awareness Anthony was talking about. That's the awareness. I'm becoming more aware of myself. You understand? Man, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. I need to lock in. You know what? I'm going to jump on the Zoom and just listen. And I ain't got nobody on the Zoom and I ain't got, but I'm going to be on there just listening and digesting the information because there's going to be one word or two words that's going to change the way I communicate with a potential sharer of the information or a potential customer that's going to be on your team or a potential superstar on your team. That one word that changes the way that we communicate with. Because communication is the key. The second part is conscious incompetence. Conscious incompetence. Now, what is conscious incompetence? It becomes the awareness that I don't know what I don't know. It's an awareness that now I take the action on to get the information that I need. Finding the mentor, reading the books, putting in the information, shooting the ball in the gym, doing the things that's going to produce the IPAs that's going to produce and build the team in your Friday paycheck. That conscious incompetence, because you don't know everything, right? You don't know it. You don't know it enough where, you know, you may conscious incompetence. You probably can't teach it nobody else. You don't even, you're just figuring out boards. You're trying to figure out how to use boards. You're just following what, you know, the person told you what to do. Your leader told you to do. And you posted at 93 and then you're doing the things that necessary. And you're running through that phase. Conscious incompetence. You may be posting, ain't nobody like it, ain't nobody communicating. They ain't saying nothing, but I bet you they watching. The man we did a Zoom on Thursday, me and Brent, the young man who we did a Zoom with, he been watching my posts for months. He ain't commented not one time. And all of a sudden just hit my inbox and said, hey man, how much for a box? And it wasn't a lot of debate. I followed the board script, and guess what? He said, send me a box. See, but someone gonna get in there and, well, tell me what's in it, and tell me what, and tell me this, and how much, how long that lasts, and what you got? They're gonna give you a lot of questions. Most of the time, those ain't the people, right? You get the ones that they ask 1,000 questions, say, and then you figure out that they ain't gonna purchase, right? But that's fine. You get the practice. So the second stage of learning is unconscious incompetence. Now, here's the third step of learning and what elite level athletes or elite level people do, conscious competence. Now you're grabbing that boards and you're practicing it over and over, and you're looking at it and you're making sure that you're lining everything up, you're taking each step the way you want it, you're aware of what you're doing. You're paying attention to, okay, what are the words I'm saying? Even when I make my posts, am I leaving with a invite or offer to make them, pitch them, or with closure that I'm making sure I'm saying the right things on my post, or I'm just saying little enough because I'm becoming more conscious of what I'm doing, that I ain't over talking, that I ain't throwing up on people, that I'm comfortable, that I'm not just trying to get a sale. I'm sharing because I know the passion inside of me about what these products done in my life. So I ain't trying to sell or convince anybody of anything. I'm sharing you the energy that's inside of me. And I'm comfortable with either one. And I move on. I don't hold on to any of it. Conscious competence. I move on to the next person, and I move on to the next opportunity. I move on to the next conversation, never carrying any energy that's a negative of or object of what I'm trying to do, because the last shot don't matter about this shot. The Kobe Bryants of the world, they can come back and shoot it again and shoot it again. It don't matter whether it goes in or goes out. That's awareness, conscious competence. That's that focus. That's that focus. And then the final one, oh man, we getting there. It's getting there 5 minutes already. The time going fast on us. And the final one, because we was talking about, man, focus, man. And I just began to think about, the focus that it took for me, to become, and I ain't trying to pat myself on the back, nor am I trying to impress you, but I want to impress upon you when the work I put in. When I left high school, I was the #2 wrestler in the nation. #2 wrestler in the nation. And there were several pit stops along that way, man. There's tournaments before I get close, I get my butt kicked. I didn't know what I didn't know, unconscious incompetence. Then I had to get around the people that could put the wrestling thing into me and teach me how I needed to wrestle. And then what I did was I changed. I got conscious competence. I began to change the way I trained. I put in moves every single day. I became aware of what I was doing. I practiced. I have me a practice after practice. I called it One More. Somebody's got a book called The Power of One More, and I'm mad about that because I wanted to write that book first. And so then I began to do 100 reps of one move every single day after practice. After practice, I'm doing 100%. That's conscious competence. That's thinking through the process. That's making sure that, I got that focus. And then the last one is unconscious competence. Unconscious competence, when it becomes automatic, when you witness greatness, where it seemed like you can't miss, where it seemed like that goal's so big, it seemed like everybody you talk to want a 10-pack of drops. When your team just begins to explode, when they got people just start calling you now, you ain't even posting no more. They calling you. You try to, some of them experiencing that. The Ashley Antleys and Reese and Todd, them, that Stephanie, and those people go through those processes. Now that process don't mean that it started with partner code, because sometimes we'll judge somebody's shortness of greatness, or it happened. You come in like a Kobe Bryant and you were Rookie of the Year, and everybody want to say, man, he must be lucky. No, y'all ain't see all the shots before that. So you ain't see all the shots they took before partner code. You ain't see the companies or businesses or the losses they took before partner code. And so they get to a level of unconscious competence when it just becomes, you blink your eye and you're like, whoa, I made $1 million this year. I don't even know how I did. Because you put so many seeds in the ground. You watered and nurtured. You was consciously aware of what you were doing, that you now have an automatic rhythm that works for you. Now you have the Steph Curry shot. And you can shoot it from anywhere because you put in the work. You understood the steps to zero in. And now you can listen to a conversation. You can have a conversation with somebody and you know exactly what to say versus what not to say. That's the 4 levels. That's the 4 levels of learning. I teach this to athletes all over the country. And I teach this because it was accumulation of, I figured out how I became that elite level athlete. Now, this is what I talk about with athletes right now. And I talk to people in whatever sector you're doing. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be Michael Jordan. You can be Scottie Pippen, or you can be, well, Scottie Pippen don't even want to be Scottie Pippen. But no, that's an inside joke. But if you know, you know. But no, but what I'm saying is that you don't have to be Todd and Ashley. You don't have to be, Anthony Moreland. You don't have to be none of that. You could be yourself, the best value that you have, becoming the best version of yourself possible, and developing that elite level mindset to take your business to the level that you wanted at. that you're able to leave an inheritance for your children's. Because that's what the Bible says. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And in Hebrews, it talks about, Hebrews, I think it's 12:1. And he talks about having a level of focus. A level of focus in Hebrews 12:1. That you can endure and not easily being distracted. That's what that conscious competence is, not easily being distracted by other things that won't get you to where you're trying to get to. And Anthony talked about it, right? He said he had to get rid of some of the sports because it wasn't getting him to where he was trying to get to. He's watching that. I call it time waster, but he's watching, people living out his dreams while he was feeling like his dreams wasn't coming where he wanted. And you watching people winning at life and being successful, adding value to themselves while time's passing us by. So that hit it for me, and the focus, and going right into Panama City, guys. That's going to be an amazing energy. You're going to be restored. You're going to feel the energy of everybody, the love everybody shows. Such a great community with Partner Co. And it's such a enclosed, family, man, that everybody want to see everybody win. I promise you, everybody want to see everybody win. And this company has not hit that parabolic movement yet. And boy, I mean, I still got people that don't even know about the drops. They got people ain't never heard of them. They just see me posting. They be like, what is this drops? Right? There's still people don't know about Partner Co. A lot. Now, get me wrong, I live close to Reese, Ashley, Todd, Stephanie Wilson, Ernst. I live close to all of them, so they close it on me fast. Kim Gray to my right. Kim Gray to my right there in Andalusia. I'm right in the middle of them, but I'm swimming. Okay, they ain't gonna lead coach now. So, but there's so many people out there, and never think from a level of lack. Because that's unconscious incompetence. You're showing that I don't know what I don't know, and I'm unwilling to learn what I don't know. When I hear someone talking from a level of lack. And so with that, Anthony, I know oh man, I'm over the time. I'm sorry about that.
It was good right there, Coach. Hey, I got my notes, Coach. Hey, that was good right there. That was real good. And I'm gonna end off with this quote, you guys. And just end it off with this. And of course, next week we'll be back with more Golden Nuggets. Pretty sure we'll have some tips, some things we learned in Panama City that we'll be able to share and we'll be able to all talk about it, ask some questions. Maybe we missed something or something like that. But the quote I want to end off with is, make a decision to grow personally, because the more you grow and the more attractive you are and the more effective which will lead to you being more effective as a leader. Again, you want to make a decision to grow, because the more you grow and the more attractive you are, it's going to help you be more effective as a leader. And everybody on here is a leader. Everybody's on here is a leader. Now, whether you believe it or not, you are a leader. And eventually, you're going to have to take that next step to say, you know what, I got this. You know what, I can do that first Zoom. Now, I'm not saying, hey, go out there, everybody just start doing the Zoom. No. Hey, but we'll team up with you. We'll help you do that Zoom where you lead it, and we just there to share our story. Because once you take that next step, I'll never forget. Somebody told me this before the Zooms. This is before the, they said the person in the front of the room is making the most money. I said, well, shoot, I need to figure out how to get to the front of the room, because I don't want to be the person in the back not making no money. I want to learn how to make some money. Well, what did I have to do? And what I had to learn to do was I had to learn how to present. How did I get good? People always say, man, hey, you do an amazing job. I say, well, I just practice over and over. And then I did what Coach Willie mentioned. I sat in and listened. And then I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to give it a try. Hey, I want to do the presentation, and I want you to critique me at the end. I used to have my mentor. I asked Brett to do that several times. I've asked Todd to do it. Hey, I want to do it. Now you critique me at the end. See, now that's the. Are you willing to take that next step? That's where you take that next step of growth and that focus. Your focus is now set on, hey, I'm going to make this happen. And we're going to do this together. But you guys, we love you guys. And I think that was it. So
We love y'all too, man.
Awesome. You guys
Thank
have a
you.
great one.
Thank
Awesome,
y'all.
awesome, awesome.